Today we're going to read an Old Beans book. This is starring Boston Bean. Boston Bean was the richest bean in Beantown. Anything you can think of, Boston Bean had 2 of them. Aha! You might yell. I bet he didn't have gold-plated ping-pong paddles. Well, as a matter of fact, he did. Well then, you might say, he probably didn't have a silver toothbrush. Wrong again. In fact, he had 4 of them, just in case company came over. But he never had company, you see. There was one thing Boston Bean didn't have: friends. Boston Bean had everything money could buy. Some beans thought that with all those things, Boston Bean would be the happiest bean in town. But they were wrong. One day, Boston Bean woke up early. Another beautiful day, he said, and nobody to share it with. Boston, old bean, it's time to make some friends. So he went to town. First, he passed the Beantown ball field and saw Lima Bean and String Bean playing ball. They were laughing and running and getting dirty. Boston Bean wanted to join in, but he didn't know how to ask. Next, Boston Bean passed Vanilla Bean's house. She was serving some freshly baked cookies to Green Bean. Boston Bean wished he could taste the cookies, but he was too shy to ask. Boston Bean sat down on the curb, feeling very sad. I'd give anything I own to have some friends, he said to himself. That gave him an idea. Maybe I can get friends the same way I got everything else. I will buy them. Along came slippery old Wax Bean, twirling his mustache. Wax Bean was not one of the nicer beans in Beantown. In fact, he was a real rat, and greedy too. If you want to know the truth, "Why so glum, chum?" asked Wax Bean. I don't have any friends, sighed Boston Bean. If I give you $1, would you be my friend? Why, certainly, said Wax Bean. And if you give me $3, I'll be your very good friend. That's wonderful, said Boston Bean. It sure is, agreed Wax Bean. See you later, friend. And off he went, counting his money. Along came Mean Bean, another rotten bean. Hi, said Boston Bean, feeling more sure of himself. Would you be my friend? I'll give you $3. Sure, said Mean Bean. If Boston Bean was going to act like a bean brain, he wouldn't mind to take advantage of him. Boston Bean smiled. Hey, I guess this is how you make friends, he said to himself. When Vanilla Bean came along, he was ready for her. Hi, he said. If I give you $3, would you be my friend? Oh, Vanilla Bean just stared. She was a whole different kettle of beans from Boston Bean's first 2 friends. Okay, $5, said Boston Bean. Oh, Vanilla Bean turned white. What kind of a bean do you think I am? And she fled down the street. String Bean and Lima Bean came by next, out of breath and laughing. Hello, said Boston Bean, shuffling his feet. If I gave you $10, would you be my friend? What? Said String Bean. You want to pay us to be your friends? You must be kidding, said Lima Bean. And they walked off, shaking their heads. Boston Bean sat down on the curb, staring at his feet. He was feeling more confused than ever. Why were people suddenly running away from him? All of a sudden, 2 little feet appeared before Boston Bean. He looked up to see Bean Sprout, the tiniest bean in town. Will you play beanball with me? Squeaked Bean Sprout. Will you be my friend? Said Bean Sprout. How much will it cost? Asked Boston Bean. Nothing, silly, said Bean Sprout. I just want somebody who has time to play with me. Will you? Sure, said Boston Bean, jumping up. You bet. All right. So Boston Bean and Bean Sprout went down to the ball field and started playing beanball. They laughed and they giggled and they ran up and down the field. Hey, that looks like fun, said Jumping Bean, who was passing by. Can I play too? Sure, said Boston Bean. Here's the ball. Then Lima Bean and String Bean came back and decided to join in the fun. Soon, just about everybody in Beantown was playing beanball. Here it comes. Bean Sprout threw the ball. Boston Bean caught it, and everybody landed in a big pileup. You're tickling me, Vanilla Bean, laughed Boston Bean, and she tickled him some more. Then he realized he was right at the bottom of a pile of friends, real friends, not fake ones like Wax Bean and Mean Bean. And making friends was much more fun than buying them. Boston Bean was very happy. Being a friend, he said, tickling Vanilla Bean back, is much better than anything money can buy. Money can't buy us friends, can it? But you know, the Bible says, a man that hath friends must show himself friendly. So you be a friend today. Be a good friend and be a loyal, faithful friend. We don't have to buy them. I'm glad. I have so many friends, I would be totally out of money and in debt because God has given me so many wonderful friends. You're my friend and I'm yours. Bye.